So it's headed towards that. Look,
Yeah, I'm live right now. Let me see that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that peninsula right there.
It's regaining itself. It's 30 millimeters of rain in the midst of it, according to NASA.
Breaking news, guys. How you guys doing? Breaking news. Trying to fix this. For some reason, it doesn't want to tilt right. So, sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. What's that name of that hurricane again?
It's a
Tropical storm.
depression right
Oh, it's
now.
still depression. Okay. Anyway, it's just off the coast of Mexico, that peninsula down there. I think that's the Baja Peninsula. It's down just off of it. It looks like it's going to hit it. It's a tropical depression. We'll wait and see what it does. I also saw in the Atlantic Ocean today, earlier, there's a tropical depression there that's forming that looks like it's going to shoot the gap again, right down the middle between Cuba and Yucatan Peninsula. We'll see if it does. But those are two tropical depressions that are out there that we want you to that we're concerned about, and Heidi's looking at those right now. We'll keep an eye on them. Real too early, and your weather channels, your AccuWeather, and all these guys, they're kind of like standoffish. They don't really want to talk about it much because until it gets serious, they don't like to. They don't like to get people, they wait, to my opinion, they wait too late. If you guys remember on Delta, I was way out ahead of these guys. I knew this wasn't going to be good. And I was trying everything I could to prepare people for what was going on as it came to that. Anyway, guys, let's put a shout out right now if I can for noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. I want to tell you about China has announced that told their troops, President Xi told his troops, prepare for war. Are you serious? So let me tell you what's going on. First of all, with the election now less than 20 days away, we're 20 days away. Tomorrow, 19 days away, less than 3 weeks away. It's time to take a step back. The political uncertainty could be devastating for your retirement fund if it's not handled properly. All right? I think you'd agree with me. Whatever the outcome, things are going to be rough for a while. If you're worried about your finances taking a hit, you should look at protecting your savings, especially your hard-earned retirement fund, your 401k, by potentially investing it in a gold IRA with noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Get your coffee, guys. No, I don't have my coffee because you know what? It's just too late. I better not drink coffee now. All right? Go to noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Christian company, family owned, great people. And if you do qualify for a gold IRA, they will give you this beautiful golden eagle, American Eagle, 1/10 of an ounce of pure gold. I'm going to try to hold that there and see if you guys get a good view of it. But what a beautiful coin, the American Eagle coin, 1/10 of an ounce of pure gold, worth $239. It was printed in 1988, not printed, minted 1988 by the United States Mint, okay? And they'll give it to you for free. NobleGoldInvestment.com. Here's what's going on, guys. This is the information coming out of Hong Kong. Chinese President Jinping, or President Xi, has called on troops to put all their minds and energy on preparing for war. In a visit to a military base in the southern province of Guangdong yesterday, apparently according to the state news agencies, during an inspection of the People's Liberation Army, Marine Corps, President Xi said he told the soldiers to maintain a state of high alert and called on them to be absolutely loyal, absolutely pure, and absolutely reliable. The main purpose of President Xi's visit there was to deliver a speech today commemorating the 40th anniversary of the Shenzhen Special Economic Zone, which was established in 1980 to attract foreign capital and played a vital role in helping China's economy become the second largest in the world. But the military visit comes as tensions between China and the United States remain at their highest point in decades, with disagreements over Taiwan and the coronavirus pandemic creating sharp divisions between Washington and Beijing. The White House has notified the U.S. Congress Monday that it was planning to move ahead with the sale of 3 advanced weapon systems to Taiwan, according to a congressional aide, including the Advanced High Mobility Artillery Rocket System. This is huge, guys, because you know where we're at with right now with Taiwan and China are absolutely not on the same page, because China thinks they still control Taiwan, that Taiwan is just a runaway providence that eventually they're going to rein them back in. But in a stern response by Beijing, Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhao Lin called on Washington to immediately cancel any arms sales planned to Taiwan and cut all U.S.-Taiwan military ties. Even though Taiwan has never been controlled by China's ruling Communist Party, authorities in Beijing insist that the democratic self-governing island is an integral part of their territory, with President Xi himself refusing to rule out military force to capture it if necessary. And despite the Chinese government's disapproval, relations between Washington and Taiwan have grown closer and closer under President Trump's administration. In August, the United States Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar became the highest level U.S. official to visit Taiwan in decades, when he traveled to the island to discuss the pandemic. In response, Beijing increased military drills around Taiwan, and almost 40 Chinese warplanes crossed the medium line between the mainland and Taiwan on September 18th and 19th. One of the several sorties the island's president Wen called a threat of force. In a speech to the RAND Corporation in September 16th, U.S. Secretary of Defense Mark Esper and China said that China cannot match the United States in terms of naval power and labeled Beijing a malign influence. China and Russia are using predatory economic, political subversion and military force in an attempt to shift the balance of power in their favor, and often at the expense of others, he told an audience. And in early October this month, Defense Minister Esper announced his Battle Force 2045 plan, which calls for an expanded and modernized U.S. Navy of 500 manned and unmanned vessels by the year 2045. So the United States under Trump has been constantly beefing up its military presence and its naval presence, especially. And I talked to some people that have worked in retrofitting of naval ships, and actually are involved in that. And they just simply said to me, "Look, under the 8 years of Barack Obama, we sat on our hands. Matter of fact, we decommissioned ships, and we never retrofitted the ones we had. We lost 8 years of technological advancement in our Navy." And if you think about this, Trump had to step in and he had to pick up a Navy that was sinking, seriously. And he worked diligently to retrofit. We were 8 years behind in retrofitting of these ships. And during that 8 years, what do you think China was doing? What do you think Russia was doing? They were advancing. So the United States has to quickly not only beef up our naval presence and our naval capabilities, but we have to also beef up our entire military for the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, and now even the Coast Guard and Space Force. And as we go forward, we're still behind in space. We're behind China in weapons in space. We may be ahead of them in technological and advancements of GPS systems and a lot of other stuff, but we're a little bit behind, guys, in the weaponizing. So we got to get on top of this. And We need 4 more years of President Trump, I think, to see that through. I don't think you'll see that under Joe Biden. I'm going to just be honest with you why. And this is just, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. Biden's already in very close with the Chinese. I think we figured it out today with the bombshell report by the New York Post with Hunter Biden's relationship with China, Russia, Ukraine, and several other nations, and deals that he put together, which we now know all about. We've known it, but now we have the smoking gun from his Hunter Biden's own laptop that he decided to take into a Apple store in Delaware. We have the smoking gun. We have the emails, correspondence. We have the letters confirming Joe Biden met with these people from Burisma and used his vice presidential power to use it's abuse of power to further his own family wealth with his son Hunter. This is just keeping it real. I'm just keeping this for real. And yeah, is this for real? Yes, it's for real. I'm reading it from CNN, and then I also noticed Fox News, MSNBC, Associated Press, the New York Times, the New York Post, and several other major Reuters. I don't even know how many. There's tons of articles that yes, Chinese President Xi Jinping, President Xi told his troops to focus and to prepare for war. That happened, okay? China's trying their best to get the media off Joe Biden's back. We know China is definitely been in bed with the Bidens for a long time. And you can imagine what happens if Biden wins. Here's what happens. United States cozies back up to China, and Taiwan gets left twisting in the wind. Also, Israel will get left twisting in the wind, and several other nations that Trump has worked hard to build relationships with. So keep your eyes on this, guys. I'm just giving you the information. That's how it works. This is why it's so important. I want to welcome all 2,000 of you that are live, Heidi, right now. Imagine that. 2,000 people, Heidi.
Wow.
Live.
Awesome.
Yeah, because this is not a schedule. This is a Wednesday night at 8:30 in the evening. Is that 8:30? It's 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. And we're live here from Kentucky, still on our way traveling to Birmingham, Alabama. So thank you guys. Let me just tell you something. You want to give your life to Jesus Christ, because here's what Jesus said about it. Nations shall rise against nations and kingdoms against kingdoms. You'll hear about wars and rumors of wars. So see that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. The end is not yet. Nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And that's exactly what I'm talking about right now. China and their threat to Taiwan. China and the United States been in a trade war for the entire 4 years. Trump said he was going to go after China, that China was eating our lunch. He did it by putting tariffs on imports from China, by deregulating some of the bureaucracy and some of the red tape that hurts the American manufacturer. He did it by cutting taxes with tax incentives to help U.S. factories to move back to America. He has done it with tariffs on Chinese imports, and that's huge to help turn around people buy America first. All of these things really did not set well with Shanghai, did not set well with Beijing. President Xi has hated that. And so we'll find out where we go from here. There's a lot more going on. I've got some more information I would like to share with you guys. But I truly want you to know that we're living in the end times. We're living in the last days. And you really want to give your life to Jesus Christ, okay? Thank you for dropping in so quickly, 2,000 of you. And I can tell you that the longer we go, Kentucky in the house, okay, I see you. Yeah, we're here in Kentucky, and I'm good to see we're in your state right now, headed to Birmingham, Alabama, all right? Anyway, have you heard anything about Chinese troops in China? Well, yeah, there's Chinese troops in China. Are you talking about Chinese troops in Canada? I think that's what you meant, right? Chinese troops in Canada? maybe as many as 100,000 of them. You're asking me if I've heard anything about that? Absolutely, I've heard about that. Have I reported on it to you? Not yet. Why? Need better confirmation on that story. You have to be careful during this time of year, right before the election. Disinformation. Also, it surfaces out there, and you got to make sure that it's not somebody trying to set up us Christians and conservative as clickbait and get us to take the bait and run with it. So I have been very careful on this one. Actually, I've been 4 days watching that one, and we still can't get good enough clear indication to, and I don't actually just, it's hard to fathom 100,000 Chinese troops in Canada. Be honest with me. That's hard to, if you'd have said, if they would have said there's 500 or 1,000 Chinese troops training in Canada, that's something you could see, but 100,000 troops in Canada, guys, that's not happening. Okay? It's really not. Now, that doesn't mean that, and think about this. Why would China have 100,000 troops in Canada? Do you know how far apart Canada and China are right now with each other? Do you remember that the Chinese woman that was there, listen to me, I'm not talking, no, you got to hear me on this. There's no way in the world that China was put 100,000 troops in Canada quietly. The Canadians don't even know about it. And why in the world would they be doing that when China and Canada are literally hating on each other right now because of the spying, the Chinese cell phone, okay, and the people who smuggled it in, and Canada arrested them for smuggling in the certain kind of phones. What do they call them, Heidi? Those Huawei phones or whatever they call them. Those Chinese phones that are used for spying. Canada was the one that first arrested people for that. And also, do you remember, it's Canada, the connection between Canada and China lab at Wuhan, that Canada ended up arresting these Chinese doctors, scientists in Canada who may have been involved in, they were tied, let's just do this, tied very closely with the Wuhan virus. And it was Canada that arrested these people. And China was very upset about that. Do you remember? It got so ugly at one point that Canada sent several barges full of garbage and just dropped it off at the Chinese border and just left it there for China. I mean, you have to understand, they're not in the right, these guys are not on the same page. Justin Trudeau, no matter what, and I don't agree with a lot of his policies, for sure. But one thing I will say, right now, we know Canada and China are not on the same page with each other. So, really, to be honest with you, I doubt very much that there's 100,000 Chinese troops advancing in Canada. Okay, that's why I've not reported on it. But I could be wrong, and I always leave that option open, because you know what? I've seen so many crazy things this year that almost anything is possible, to be quite honest with you. Okay. All right, guys. God bless you guys. I love you guys. If you haven't given your life to Jesus Christ, please. I've seen the video, Michael. Thank you. If you haven't given your life to Jesus Christ, please give your life to Jesus Christ, okay? Get saved, be born again, and give your life to Jesus Christ. We love all of you. Miss ED, God bless you. Thank you for dropping in unexpectedly. I didn't let you know that I was going to do this, but we're here. Everybody give a thumbs up. There's over 2,100 people here right now. Did I see any of Coney Barrett's, let's talk right now. Can I just talk to you guys on the chat room for a minute? I have, and she's been remarkable. She's been amazing. The fact that she doesn't even have, thank you, you like my teeth? That's good. Let me tell you something. I had a person ask me one time, says, nice teeth, Begley. I really like that. And I told him, I said, well, it's good toothpaste. That's how you have good teeth. You got to have good toothpaste. Here's the thing that happened. She's been so amazing, and no notes in front of her. Just absolutely no notes. She knows the law like the back of her hand. And the Democrats have tried time and time and time again to trick her in the three areas. They want to talk about how will she rule if the election goes into overtime. They want to know, what are you going to do with Obamacare? And they want to know, what are you going to do with Roe v. Wade? And she's not going to look. She's like, every case you have to look at it a case by case basis. And she keeps saying, judges are not supposed to legislate from the bench. They are to rule on the law. What is the law? And she said, it's your job to pass the laws. It's our job to interpret them or rule on them for the American people. And if not to pass laws, not to legislate from the bench. And folks, let me just tell you something, a little something about Roe v. Wade. You always hear people say it's the law of the land. It's not the law of the land. It was never passed in Congress. Roe v. Wade was a lawsuit that was ruled on in 1973. It's not the law of the land. Matter of fact, 34 states in America, abortion is illegal because those state legislations passed law making it illegal. But the Supreme Court overruled them in the Roe v. Wade. That's not law. That's overruling an interpretation of law. So let's see how this thing plays out when it's all said and done. And that's where we're going. Is Mike from Around the World on night? No, he's not. This is Wednesday night, not Thursday. And oh, by the way, he won't even be on tomorrow night because I'm traveling. But Mike from Around the World will be with us next Thursday night. I got some good news, though, about the app, guys. Good news about the app, the new Apocalypse app. The software writers just told me tonight that the video portion of it is working and that it will be installed. And it actually, by next Tuesday night, I'll be actually uploading videos on that app, providing that every glitch is gone. And so by probably this time next week, next Wednesday, the uncensored videos I'll be posting on my app, new Apocalypse Watch app. So if you've got the app, get ready, because in a week I'll be putting videos there that I'll be real candid. I'll report on some stuff that I absolutely have that I can't touch on an open forum. So get the app, guys. Get the app. Get the app. Be ready for it. Also, Heidi, should we tell them we got this interview coming up for Paul Begley TV? Let's wait till we get the date. Okay. A big, huge interview, uncensored interview I'm going to be doing for paulbegley.tv is coming up very soon. Huge is all I can tell you. And it will be uncensored. And it's touching one of the most important subjects of our day. And it's from those who absolutely know. And you'll be able to hear it for yourself. Can't put it on YouTube. Can't even put it on Patreon, really. This one's going to have to hit Paul Begley, www.paulbegley.tv, okay? And that's where you got them uncensored interviews. Some of it I'll be able to put on the app as well. Some of it will go on the app. So get the app, new Apocalypse Watch. Get it today, all right? God bless all of you guys. I'll be back with more information. Give your life to Jesus Christ. He's coming soon. I love all you guys.